Now, get ready for the hottest podcast coming out of Dallas, Texas, with Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nicky. Stars talking Cowboys. Let's go!
Yo, here we go again, back up on the scene. Stars talking Cowboys, you know what I mean. The podcast, repping everything with silver and blue. Keeping it real, that's what they do. Let me tell you about the crew. Sean Fox, spitting facts. K Boogie's giving game. Nicky's got the stats, so of course she covers everything. It's showtime, so let's get to the biz. And that Stars talking Cowboys, yeah, you know what time it is. Yo, welcome back to another podcast episode of Stars Talking Cowboys. Starring Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nicky is in the building.
You're gonna dig this. Let's go.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Here's another edition of Stars Talking Cowboys. I am one of your hosts, OG Cowboy Fox. Cowboys Nicky and K Boogie will be on shortly. We're first and foremost, I want to wish everybody a happy holidays. With Christmas time coming up and New Year's, make sure that we take the time to spend some time with our family. Thank our family and friends and loved ones for another year. Being thankful for another year of life that we have. What's up, Kelly? Being thankful for us being able to wake up to another breath that God has given us to. And first and foremost, for us Cowboy fans, another Sunday to be able to watch the Dallas Cowboys play coming up this weekend against the Miami Dolphins. First and foremost, before my other hosts get on here, I just want to say, what a terrible game that we played over this past weekend. It was horrible. This is probably the first time that I can say in a long time that as a Cowboys fan, I have zero excuses about this loss. And when I mean I have zero excuses about this loss, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say positive except for maybe our punter. Our punter had a good game. And if your punter has a good game, then that means you're doing terrible. And mind you, just the week before, I think he had 0 punts. And then he has to come out this game and have a good game as a punter. So we're going to talk about it, especially when my co-hosts get on. And I see Kelly put up here, that game was terrible. Yes, it was. It was absolutely terrible. I mean, going from playing as good as we did against the Eagles the week before to the total, doing a complete 180 and playing the way we did against Buffalo. So, while we're waiting on the other host to get here, tell me your thoughts on that game besides it was terrible. Who would you blame the most? Would you blame the defense for giving up almost 260-something yards rushing offense? Rushing? Do you blame the offense for not scoring? Do you blame special teams for giving them, or especially near their block, some close block punt that gave them a first down in which they scored a touchdown? Or would you blame the unnecessary roughing hits that we got, especially on defense, that led to another 14 points? We gave up 3 touchdowns off of third or fourth downs, which should have given us the ball back. So tell me who you blame this on. So Lynette says she blames the whole team from coaches all the way down to the players. Hey, and that's, in my opinion, that's 100% right. The whole team played like crap. What's up, Nicky?
Hey, what's going on?
Good. We not you ain't got your blue hair in today or something?
Yeah, wait, I'm still recuperating from this cruise.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, with that being
Well,
said, I truly understand.
so when we're talking about this game,
Yeah, this monstrosity that I just put up on the screen right here.
yeah, it was terrible from the start to from the start to the end. I knew that this game wasn't gonna go right from the beginning of this game when um defense held them to 3 points, and then they gave DeMarcus Lawrence the penalty out the gate, and then they went on and scored, and we had a chance to score, tie the game up. Of course, the first throw, Dak overthrew Cooks for a touchdown. That would have actually been a touchdown. And then after that, we started getting all these boneheaded penalties back to back. Uh, it's no discipline. I mean, this has been one of the biggest issues with this team since Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn has been here. This has been an issue, penalties. And it's very, very alarming, and it's very annoying now. And when a team constantly get penalties like this, that falls on coaching. That's who it falls on. Besides them getting in their own heads and the mental mistakes, it falls on coaching. For the last 2 years, maybe since they've been here, the last 2-3 years for sure, we have led the league in penalties. And that's just unacceptable. It's just totally unacceptable. It's like they're being rewarded for having all of these penalties. That's unnecessary. Sam Williams, I love to see him. I love his intensity. But every time he comes in the game, he gets a penalty. Every time. And it's always a game-changing penalty that he gets. There's no need for him to run into the kicker. He could have just blocked the ball when it fell. I mean, it was no need for it. That was an unnecessary penalty. Kept them on the field. And what they did, they went down the field and scored. So when we got behind 21 points that fast, I pretty much knew this game was done. And couldn't stop the run. Once again, we couldn't stop the run for nothing. Everybody overplaying their positions. I don't know if they're so focused on getting sacks that they're not focused on where they need to be in their gaps. They're either overplaying it, they're overrunning it. I don't know. I don't know. This was the first game in a long time, well, since the 49ers game, that I can say that Dan Quinn, he made no adjustments. Mike McCarthy made no adjustments. And to add insult to injury, Mike McCarthy didn't challenge the fumble. Like, how you don't challenge that? They showed it on the board more than once. They gave you time to get the flag out. Nobody from upstairs called down and told him to throw the flag and challenge it. I didn't get it.
Yeah, that was my I understand that he is the head coach and he's also the offensive coordinator. So he's got his head in his Waffle House menu trying to call plays. But you got to have somebody up there to say, hey, challenge that, throw the flag. It doesn't take that much.
Right.
To reach his back pocket and pull out that red flag.
And even if he threw it and if he didn't win it, I would have rather you challenge it than not challenge it at all. That was a game-changing decision. That would have changed momentum right there. That would have changed the momentum. But he didn't do it. So that spoke volumes to me. I don't know how much preparation they did for this game. They didn't look prepared at all. They did not look like they had not looked like they have looked in these previous games. Of course, we were at home, so we played totally different at home. But knowing that it's a possibility that you have to go on the road and play playoffs, you definitely should have had your game on for this game. Now I do understand that a lot of players were sick this week. A lot of players missed practice. A lot of players didn't know they won't even play because they were all sick from the flu or whatever they had going on. But at the end of the day, it's the coach's job to have his team ready. It's his coach's job to have them prepare for a big game like this. And they wasn't. Nobody looked prepared for this game. Not even Dak. And I understand, as well as Dak been playing all season, since the 49ers game. Nobody, they just, and I don't know if Dak had just got frustrated with the fact that the O-line was horrible. They got bullied. The defensive line got bullied. He was running for his life most of the game. He was trying to use his legs. He was trying to pick up things, pick up plays, but this was one of those games that made you sit back and scratch your head and just be like, what the heck did y'all do all week? What did y'all do in the film room? What? The best player on the field was, again, the kicker. That was it.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. The best player on the field was the punter, in my opinion, because he, the week before he didn't get a punt. So going back to penalties, it's interesting to see if you look at the top. So I'm going to go from the bottom up, and I want you to tell me how many of these teams have winning records. And I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom. I'm going to go to in my opinion, the first team that has a winning record. So you have the Baltimore Ravens that has 86 penalties. Denver Broncos has 86. Chicago has 88. Carolina has 89. Buffalo has 89. Cardinals has 89. Houston has 92. Tennessee has 92. Green Bay has 94. Cleveland has 95. Jets have 97. Seahawks have 101. And the Cowboys have 102. So it is very surprising that going all the way down to Baltimore, which is 11-3, that you have Buffalo at 86, Houston at 86, Cleveland at 95, and us at 10-4 have the best record of the top 10 teams with penalties, but we have the most.
That's crazy.
Yes, it is. And our penalties are crucial penalties.
Right. They are big penalties. They're game-changing penalties.
So, and I think with me for this week, as I told somebody before, obviously week to week, I'm going to say the Cowboys are going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I do recall at the beginning of the season,
we all had this as a loss.
All of us, everybody on our panel had this as a loss. Because we try to be as objective as we can, contrary to popular belief. I think I said we was going to be 11-6 this year.
Yeah, man, you said 11-6.
Yeah. I think Kenyatta said 13-4.
He had 13-4. Yeah.
Jerome had 12-5.
Yep.
Okay, and I don't think we asked Jeff, but I'm still sticking by that. We possibly should be able to go 12-5 and still not win our division, and that is crazy. To win 12 games, to be in a position to win 12 games 3 years in a row, and not win your division all 3 years, that is crazy. Let's see here. Let's put some comments up here. Weston said you can't adjust when you don't execute. Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Kelly said exactly. Our call a timeout and put it upstairs to review. That's about the challenge.
Right.
So Brian Jordan says the penalties on D-Law and Kirks were BS.
They were.
I really I can be somewhat saying the one against D-Law was okay.
Bush, yeah.
I can see that, but the one on Curse, that was what is he supposed to do? Two-hand touching. So, I mean, it is what it is. We just had a horrible game.
Right. And it was crazy that even the guy, when Dak slid and the guy hit Dak him, in the helmet, they didn't throw the flag on that. That was crazy. So again, they let me know as well what this game was, how this game was going to play out. They let me know as well how this game was going to play out. And I don't know. It's like we freeze up in these type of games, and if we're not ahead or we're not right there neck and neck with them, with a team, yeah, we're 9 times out of 10 not gonna win that game. We just haven't been a team that can come back like that. If we would have went on and if we would have scored right after Buffalo scored, if we would have scored the touchdown, it probably would have been a different game. But when they went up 21-3, I knew then that this game was pretty much over with game. High powered offense that we have, and we wasn't able to score a touchdown to the fourth quarter. That's annoying. That's crazy.
Yeah,
As many points as we're putting up on the board, we actually lead the team, and at this point, we're leading the NFL in scoring points, and we wasn't able to put a touchdown on the board until the fourth quarter. That is freaking annoying, And we went into Buffalo. We don't play good in that kind of weather. We don't. We just don't. But that's something that we got to overcome. Because you're not gonna always get home field advantage. So that's something that you have to overcome, is playing games on the road and winning in any type of fashion, in any type of weather that you can win in. We got a desperate Buffalo team. We got a team that was desperate to win, desperate to try to make it into the postseason. Into the playoffs. So at the end of the day, they showed up and they came to play ball. We showed up like a team that found out we was in the playoffs already, and it seemed like they tuned out from there. We already in the playoffs, so we ain't got to play in this game. We ain't got to work hard in this game. Like, they forgot that you were still playing for home field advantage. You're still playing for the division to get home field advantage, to make your road easier. But it's like they tuned it out. They forgot how to tackle. We had 12 missed tackles. 12 missed tackles. And they were 12 missed bad tackles. Bad ones. They were also tackles that would have changed the game, or would have at least kept Buffalo from constantly going down the field and scoring. It's like they just went up and down the field. And not having Hankins was big Sunday. And another thing I get so aggravated about with us is, but I guess when you're winning, it's all good. You don't really look at all these different things that you see once you lose a big game like this. We're never prepared for the next man up. We're never prepared for the next man up.
Yeah. So what I think is interesting is there's two things. I'm gonna read Deve's comment. He said rain games for Dak Prescott. Prior to the Bills game, Dak was 46 of 79, with a 58.2% for 498 yards, 6.3 yards per pass, 0 touchdowns, 1 INT with a 71.6 passer rating. He's not good in the range. The finger really needs to be pointed at Dan Quinn for the lack of energy, giving up 266 yards of rushing is an abomination. You know, and I think I heard on XM radio, one of the Buffalo players said that once Buffalo came out and started running, they changed their whole game plan. They said,
they knew that they could run.
They
knew they could run it on us. Yep, that's what he said.
Yep.
He said they had a whole different game plan before, but when they realized they can run the ball and how our linebackers could not stop them, that's when they changed the game to a straight running game, and it worked. They gassed us. It worked. They that's what they did. I mean, basically what they did was they took the same blueprint that 49ers had. And just mixed a little bit of their own in it. And, you know, it's Josh Allen, as bad as Josh Allen has been this season with throwing interceptions and fumbling the ball, and as good as our defense had been with getting turnovers or forcing them into, you know, picks, we couldn't get nothing done. We couldn't get it done Sunday because they were too busy getting penalties. They were too busy out of position. They were too busy out of their gaps. You know, I don't know. They were too busy over pursuing what they were supposed to been doing. You know, and this was one of the biggest issues that I've always had with Dan Quinn. As good as he's been with this defense, and as good, he is just some games like this, he do not know how to make adjustments, and he made none. He made none. Hey, Kenyatta. Welcome in.
What's going on? What's not going on, I should say.
I'm just aggravated.
Listen.
It's annoying. It's freaking annoying.
I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to tell we run a nickel. That's our base defense is a nickel. And against a team like Buffalo, the 49ers and the Cardinals, if they have a power running game, you cannot actually stop the run with a nickel defense. Not unless you have a really big D tackle, one technique that's 335 to 340 pounds. Because our linebackers are smallish. So if the guards, the tackles, and the centers get to the second level, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, and that's what happened. The Buffalo game's on right now on NFL Network right now. Right, so I'm looking at. I was on another call looking at them like, you know what? They just knew that basically, hey, we're gonna take a little blueprint from the Cardinal game, the 49er game, like you mentioned, and we have running quarterbacks. So now we're gonna keep the Cowboys guessing. There's no need to throw the ball. Only if we have to, but there's no need because James Cook had open lanes. He had open lanes all day. Why? Because they have a power running game. And we have a problem versus teams that have a power running game. When we keep running the 4-2-5, that's the only thing when you're running these nickels. You run a nickel against a finesse team, no problem. We can beat any finesse team any day, all day. But when it comes to the power running teams, it doesn't work. That's just a formula for disaster. And it is over and over and over again when we play against power running teams. That's why I'm not, I sat down and I'm watching things. I'm like, damn, 200 some yards rushing. That's all they do. Time possession. And it didn't help us with those bonehead penalties. Sam Williams, why you jumping up? Why not just
that's what I said.
Or stay on your feet? Law, after the ball's thrown, why even hit the man? Leave him alone. Curse. If you want to hit somebody, just wrap them up, Curse. And I've been saying this forever. If you wrap up the intended obstacle in front of you, there's no penalty. But these players want to go for the kill shot and not wrap up. If you wrap up, because I've seen Seattle do it all day. They're the least penalized defense I've seen play in a while. They wrap up. Baltimore, they wrap up. But with us, we going for the kill shot. Just wrap them up. Stop with the kill shot to be on ESPN and on Fox Sports. Just wrap up. You won't get a penalty. So without those penalties, I think we're having a different conversation today. But again, until we stop these power running teams, I think Miami's going to try to do the same thing. I think Detroit's going to try to do the same thing the next 2 games.
Oh, they will. That's the blueprint.
And I'm scared of Miami only because of their track speed. They have a 4x100 track team on offense. So I was more afraid of them than Buffalo because I didn't think Buffalo was going to run the ball like this. But when I saw Buffalo's offensive line, I said, wait a minute, something's a little different with Buffalo this year. They have a basic concerted effort to run the ball against us. They changed when the offense coordinators changed. Buffalo started to run the ball more, and James Cook is more of a factor than Diggs right now. He's their best offensive weapon.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think Dan Quinn can make any adjustments right now. I heard that, hey, what if they put Parsons at Mike linebacker? I'm like, you put him at linebacker, how's that going to change? You're still running a 4-2-5. You have no muscle up front. It's the muscle up front. Hankins not being there was a tremendous loss. That was a big loss.
And we struggle with motion. And we still struggle with motion.
Yeah.
We struggle. We struggle real bad with motion.
Motion, I know.
But let me add another factor to it. It's not even just a power game. They were running on the edges against us.
Yep.
And why were they running on the edges against us? Because we do a lot of stunting up front, and we don't have a lot of contain. We're stunting to get to the quarterback. We're not stunting to lanes. We're not keeping any run lanes. We're not rushing lanes to get to the quarterback. We're stunting to get to the quarterback. And I would have liked to see, if I would have liked to see any adjustment, I would like for us to have went to a gap control defense. That would have took Buffalo out of running the ball down our throats.
Mm-hmm.
Have we ever installed that though? That's the thing, though, Fox. Have we installed that? We don't even know if they can do it.
This is the NFL. You better have installed it. I mean, that's football 101. I got the A gap, you got the B gap, you got the C gap, you got outside. I mean, that's football 101.
Yeah, but have the Cowboys ever done that? They didn't do it against the 49ers or the Cardinals.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is.
Anytime a player can come on a post-game interview and can say that was not our game plan to do what we did to the Cowboys, but they could not stop the run, so we just continue to do it. Josh Allen had 94 yards passing.
Yep.
Completed 9 passes, I think it was. He didn't even complete double-digit passes against us.
Nope.
No.
He had 97 yards.
You know, so thus the title of this show, we got our ass whooped.
You gonna put that on a t-shirt? Oh shoot! Hey, did you guys talk about the Cooks play?
The Cooks play.
Yeah, when Dak missed that wide open, actually, 9 route, that was a touchdown.
Right.
You know, that could have changed the complexion of the game too.
But that happens.
Yeah, I talked about that
all the time. Yeah, Nikki talked about it. But that happens all the time. I mean, that's not anything new that, you know, Dak overthrew Cooks, but Cooks is supposed to be our fastest player. You know, and we could go back and Lord knows I hate to say what I'm about to say next. Because I've been fussing with Eagles fans for the last 4 days.
Really?
Yeah. And I think a lot of the reason why I've been fussing with the Eagles fans because, you know, and I don't mind saying this next statement. We whooped their ass on that Sunday. And you know, and some of them, instead of saying, yeah, you know, y'all did, the narrative changed. As I said, as we all say all the time, move the goalpost. Yeah, but can you beat Buffalo on the road? That has zero shit to do with beating Buffalo. Beating us has zero shit to do with us beating Philly the week before.
Exactly. They lost to a backup quarterback. Brent Berry got toasted again. What are they talking about? Me and Wayne was going at. I said, Wayne, y'all lost to a backup quarterback, and your quarterback threw 2 interceptions. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but y'all lost to Buffalo. It doesn't.
Y'all lost to Buffalo, and we beat Buffalo. Okay, so what? Y'all beat Buffalo in overtime, and y'all beat Buffalo because of the Rebs cheated too. But at the end of the day,
they lost to the Jets, and we beat the Jets. So what we doing?
Right.
But that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
What?
It doesn't count because it was early in the season.
Oh,
And at the end of the day, like I told him one day, at the end of the day, we both 10-4. At the end of the day, we lost to a team that y'all won to, and we lost to and y'all lost to a team that we won to. Well, two teams, because we beat the Jets and Seahawks. And we both lost to the 49ers. So what's y'all point? There's none to be made.
zero.
And there's zero to be made. So then the next argument comes and say, well, Dak had an interception in the game. Okay, and what? Jalen Hurts had two. And both of his interceptions changed. His last interception was the biggest interception of the game. Because the first interception he threw, Seattle didn't even score off of it. But that last interception hurt. Because if Brown catch that ball, he possibly get a touchdown. Or at least he was in position for them to at least score a field goal to tie the game and go to overtime. So what's your point? Jalen leads the lead in interceptions this year. Simple as that.
And turnovers.
So there's no him and Josh Allen tied for interceptions, but he leads the league in turnovers because of his fumbles. So I don't want to hear that. It's very freaking annoying. And I agree with Michael Parsons, with the talk show hosts. I agree with Michael Parsons. Some of them get on here, on these analysts, they get on TV, and they don't know what they're talking about. All they know is to get on here and bring up the Cowboys and say something about the Cowboys to get everybody talking and to get everybody saying something. And they hate just to hate. They hate and they watch us just to see us lose. You know how many people sat up there and was waiting for us to lose on Sunday?
They always looking for us to lose, though. Any week. Doesn't matter who we playing. They want us to
They was doing the same thing on a cruise ship. I was like,
they want us to lose.
do you want to go overboard or what? Because you about to make me push your ass across this rail.
Hold on now. Not violence, nigga. Not violence. It's all
Right. I'll be getting a call at 2:00 in the morning. Bruh. Come bail me out of jail in a
on the cruise ship. Oh sugar. Oh man, I don't know. Listen, I don't know, man. They just, Cowboys, negative news, positive news is just news, and they wait for us to lose all the time. They don't have nothing positive to say even when we win. They're waiting. Oh my God, they got thrashed, 266 yards rushing, and it was 3 and 8 on third down, and all this. You're playing in the rain, and certain other fans are like, "Hey, we don't play well outside." I'm like, "We playing the NFC East. We should be used to playing outside." I said the elements had no bearing on this game. We lost this game because of dumb penalties, and we couldn't stop the run. Stop making excuses. Even Jerry said that. Why did Jerry say that about playing outside? I'm like, Jerry, we playing the NFC East. We playing cold weather games. Why are you even saying that about the Dome? Just keep your mouth shut. Don't say a word. That was crazy when he said that. I was like, man, you got to be kidding me. We lost because of dumbhead penalties, man. Those penalties extended all the drives, and they scored 3 touchdowns off of those.
Yep.
Why, Sean, I miss you cursing. I miss you cursing.
Should I say Phantom?
Oh man. And look, if for some reason this comment will not go down.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's what it is. We go on the road. That's why I'm glad we're playing in Miami. At least it's going to be sunny. It's going to be sunny. But we got to play against a track team, though.
Yeah, but I say, but if they come out the same energy that they came out Sunday, and they come out playing the same way that they played Sunday, Miami gonna put 50 up on our ass.
I hope not. I know Hooker didn't play because everybody say, well, Hooker was the quarterback, And Curse is out there running deep safety, which I really couldn't understand anyway. You have Wanye Thomas. Why didn't you just let Wanye Thomas play deep safety? First of all, I
Right.
don't know why they didn't do that. So I'm like, Quinn, what are you doing? Why you have Curse playing deep safety? That's not his position. So I don't know. I don't know what was going on in that game.
Right.
I'm
That's what
watching
I'm
it now,
saying. I
like,
don't
what's
know.
going
It
on?
looked like they wasn't prepared. Like they was not prepared at all.
I don't know what's going on. You don't have Curse playing deep safety. Why is Curse playing deep safety? That's not his position. Wanye Thomas plays deep safety. So I don't know. There's too many anomalies with this game. Too many. Not
Hey, Natalie, thank you for joining.
too many. 76 degrees is perfect football weather. We don't have to worry about no snow, no rain, no nothing.
Yeah, it's perfect weather, but we have to come to play. We cannot. If they can't stop Tyreek Hill, if they can't stop Waddle, they can't stop what's his name, Mostert. If they
Yeah.
if they can't stop them, it's gonna be a long day.
The only
It's
good
gonna be
thing
a
about
long
playing
day.
Miami is a finesse team. They're not a power team. That's the only good thing about playing Miami. They're more of a finesse team like we are. They're not a power team. That's our only saving grace right now. Because they're not a power team. They're just a fast finesse team.
If we win the coin toss, we need to put offense out there so we can see what we're working with for his defense or for their defense. We need to put offense out there if we win the coin toss. I kind of used to be one that said we win the coin toss, defer, so you can get the ball back after halftime. But honestly, in this game, I think if we win the coin toss, I think we need to put the offense out there. We need to keep the ball, put the offense out there first. Because somebody got to set the tone for this game. Somebody got to set the tone. Whether it's offense or defense, someone has to set this tone for the game, and someone's going to have to let Miami know that we came to play. If they don't do that, it's a wrap.
Oh, I'm kind of on the other side. As bad as the defense played last week, they need to get their ass out there first and show that last week wasn't a good thing. This my boy right here. This my boy right here. What's up, Demetrius? He played opposite corner of me when we played football together. What's up, my brother? So it says, what's up, Sean? Kokomo Mustang, opposite side corner. I think y'all will beat Miami. Tua don't play well when pressured. Parsons going to pin his ears back. Nevertheless, my Ravens are balling. We got a tough task on Christmas. Lamar MVP. Okay.
They play 49ers on Christmas.
Yeah, they play the 49ers. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. I mean, that could possibly be the Super Bowl.
Possibly, hopefully not, but
yeah, I'm not even gonna speak that intuition.
They pissing me out. I mean, I don't know. 49ers is a complete team. They're playing like a complete team. They have good coaching. But I will say this: what we do know, though, if Purdy doesn't have Christian McCaffrey or Debo, he's a different quarterback. I will say that. Trent Williams. He's a different quarterback. So I will say that. So still for work, it's like, it's not losing to the Bills wasn't the end of the road or end of the world for us. It wasn't, because it was an AFC team. But for me, the only reason why I was upset about it was because it was a road game. And it was a good team. Despite what Buffalo record was, whatever, Buffalo is still a good team. So for me, I was just like really, really upset because of the energy they gave, how they played, how time and time again they didn't try to look like they didn't try to play better. We have a team that I wanted to see. This was a game at a time I wanted to see heart. Those type of games build character. Those type of games build your heart for us with a team. And how hard are you willing to go out here and play and win? I mean, even though Buffalo was up 21-0, we still had 2 quarters left. So it was still plenty of time to come back and get that game. We just absolutely didn't do anything. We didn't do it. We came back after halftime looking the same way we did, if not worse.
What if this was just a letdown game? We did win 5 in a row. What if this was just a letdown? One of my boys was like, hey, what if it was just a letdown? You can't play like on top of your game all season. What if it's just a letdown? What if y'all just went into Buffalo, you already made the playoffs, and they hungry? What if it was just a letdown right now? We have so many different things that happened in this game. What if it was just a classic letdown? I don't know.
Yeah, it was just a bad game.
I don't know. They're 7-6. They might not even make the playoffs. Even though they beat us, they might not even make the playoffs. So it could have been a letdown. I don't know.
I thought they made them 8-6.
Yeah, but they're like 10th in their conference after the win. But do you really think that the Dolphins are going to lose like 2 games right now in the last 3? You really think the Dolphins are really going to lose? I don't think the Dolphins are going to lose. The next 3 games, 2 out of 3 games are at home. I don't think they're going to lose like that. And I don't know if Buffalo is even going to win. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Everybody's praising Buffalo because they beat us.
Right.
They're praising Buffalo. And again, when we lose, the sky's falling. Every time we lose a game, the sky's falling. Oh, we trash. The Dallas Cowboys are trash. We lost the game. Okay, we lost. I said we was gonna go 13-4, so we're gonna lose 4 games, right? So we're gonna lose. No, there's no undefeated teams in the NFL.
I said we were going 11-6. Demetrius asked who we play after Miami.
Detroit.
We played Detroit.
Detroit on Monday night. We played Detroit Monday night, and then we wound up with the Commodores.
That's a Saturday night game, right?
What's that? The Commodores?
Detroit.
No, Detroit's Monday night. We played them on Monday night. That's a Monday night game. We played Detroit.
The 30th?
Okay, isn't it a Monday night? No, you sure?
That's a Saturday game.
Is it Saturday game or Monday night game?
That's a Saturday night game.
So what time is it? 8:00?
Yeah, because that's the night. That's the night for That's the night for Jimmy Johnson induction. That's a Saturday game. It's a Saturday night game. So I guess the real question, yeah, it's a Saturday night game. So I guess the question is gonna be where do we go? Where do we go from here? What do we do? Where do we go from here?
We just gotta play. That's the only thing we can do is just get back on the field and play. I don't think you can make adjustments right now because there's no reinforcements coming. We're gonna go out of the 4-2-5, and not unless they want to put Parsons at middle linebacker, which I think is dumb anyway. I don't think that's a smart idea to put him at linebacker. I don't think that's what he wants anyway. You put him at linebacker right now, he hasn't really been playing linebacker the whole year, so now you're gonna make a change? Maybe we got to try something else different with the defensive line, maybe. Like I said before, maybe gap assignments or whatever, because we're playing against a really fast team. I don't know.
Where's Gilmore? Where is him? Where's he at?
He played. He didn't do much, but he played.
He haven't done shit this whole season.
He played. He was out there playing, but he didn't do anything.
Where's Ghostin? Where is he at?
He played too. They didn't do anything. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we had zero productivity. Yeah, we had zero productivity from our D tackles.
And I don't know if Mozzie the answer. I don't know. He was terrible Sunday. I don't know if he was. I don't know. I don't even know if he the answer. I know he a rookie. I know whatever, but he was terrible. His footwork, his hands, he was just terrible. Like he just forgot everything he needed to do without Hankins being out there with him. Did Corey Davis play?
He played too. No production. I don't think he had any stats. He played.
He ain't do nothing. Like nobody did nothing.
So since we always make excuses on this show for our team when we lose, I'm gonna make an excuse. I'm gonna come up with an excuse. We had 10 guys that were sick that had the flu, so that's why we lost.
Oh, you mean we got poison? You got poison? That pizza poison? They put poison in the pizza.
Yeah, what I mean that too. Whatever excuse we decide to use this week, that we gotta. Since we come up with excuses all the time, and we're not biased, we're not unbiased. I want to go ahead and put that out there so that statement can be true. We lost because we had 10 players that were sick, and they just wasn't playing well. That's why Cooks missed that throw because he was one of the ones that was sick. So he wasn't running fast enough to catch the ball that Dak threw. But wait a minute, I can't blame Cooks. I got to blame Dak. So Dak just overthrew Cook. So I got our excuse out for the show.
You did. Great job, Fox.
Well, my motto is: if you sick, sit down. I would have rather lose with backups the way we lost than than to lose like that with our starters. I would have rather lose with backups. And it got to a point to where I was like, just take the starters out. There's no reason for no other players to get hurt, get dinged up, get anything. Take them out. They're not winning this game.
In my opinion, it wasn't even. I can't even say that was a reason. You know, we just didn't play. You know?
We didn't show up.
Yeah, we just didn't.
We played horrible. We had no game plan. They looked like they didn't do any type of practice. They looked like they didn't look at no film study. They were unprepared. Bottom line, McCarthy got out-coached. Dan Quinn got out-coached. O-line got bullied.
Yeah,
D-line got bullied.
I think that we were on such a high of beating.
We laid the egg.
Yeah, that we came out and we felt like we was full of it. We felt like we could just show up and play. And
I don't know what they thought.
Wait a minute though, y'all. We said the same thing when we lost to the Cardinals and the 49ers.
They asses. They was told that they won. They were told that they made it in. That they already was in the playoffs, and they forgot the whole game plan. That's it.
Maybe just a style of play from those particular teams. Without
it was a
4-2-5 defense, though. That's not a match.
So in essence, you're saying that any given Sunday or Monday, yeah. You know, and that's where, especially individuals who've never played the sport, you know, I know that the level of football I played was not the NFL, but it's still relevant on my next story that I'm about to tell. And I've told this story numerous times on this show. We played against a team called the Detroit Seminoles. This team hadn't lost a game in like 4 years. They were 4-year back-to-back national reigning champions in our semi-pro division. This team hadn't lost a game in 4 years. They came to, and we were, I want to say, 3-5 that year. So we wasn't a very good team that year. This team came to our field. They got off the bus and they walked through our warm-up line. They left to get back on their bus where they lost. We didn't beat them because we were a better team. We beat them because we had extra motivation to beat them. And that's what the Cowboys have to deal with every week. Just think of what we go through as fans. We go through as fans everywhere you go. Like you said, Nick, I bet you when you was on that bus, on that boat, and you wore your Dallas Cowboys stuff, how many times did you get heckled?
Mm-hmm. But it was tons of Cowboy fans on there as well.
Yeah.
But you had tons of haters.
So don't you think that professional football players, don't you think that other professional football players that watch ESPN, that watch Fox Sports that watch NFL networks, don't you think they get tired of every time they turn on the TV that the first thing that come out of everybody's mouth is the Dallas Cowboys? Wouldn't you think that they have the same motivation? So who would ever thought that Carolina was going to beat the Texans early in the year? As bad
Who thought Carolina was going to beat Atlanta?
Exactly. So
who thought Seahawks was going to beat Philly beat Philly Monday night?
I didn't think they was going to beat them, but I wanted
Me neither. I wanted them to beat them. I wanted them to beat them, but I didn't think they were gonna do it. I wanted them to do it, but I didn't think they were gonna do it. But they got it. But their excuse is Jalen was sick.
Funny story. I went to sleep I fell asleep right after kickoff after that game. I set my alarm for 10:55 because those games usually end about 11:10, 11:15. And my alarm went off and it woke me up, and I got a chance to see the end of that game.
That's how I did.
I was so freaking happy that I didn't sleep for the rest of the night because of all that. When we lost that Sunday, all that shit that those Eagle fans were talking, and I kept saying, "You better beat Seattle." You better beat Seattle.
See, that's the thing. Y'all just get the Eagle fans. I get the Giant fans. I have the Commanding fans here just in my inbox, texting my phone. Like, didn't y'all lose? And y'all coming after me? Especially the Giant fans, too. The Giant fans are incredible here in New York, New Jersey. They just, anytime the Cowboys lose, don't care if they winning or losing, they come at me. I'm like, yo, can't be serious.
Yeah, but we get shit crazy. Yeah, we get the same thing here in Atlanta because there's so many different. Atlanta's a melting pot, so there's so many different fan clubs down here. So we get it from the Giants to the Buccaneers, the Saints, the Patriots. We get it from everybody. There was, I went to the bar on Sunday to watch the game, and there was one Ravens fan in there. And she was jumping up every damn scream about "Go Buffalo," So
wait a minute. She said "Go Buffalo" because she hates us too, huh? Wow.
Yeah. Because obviously it was more Cowboy fans in there than it was anybody else. So point being, and I definitely don't want to make this a talk show about the hate from other fan bases, because I don't even want to give them that time of day. But just as fans don't like or they hate on the Cowboys, there are a lot of look at what Kittles did in San Francisco when they beat us. Has he done it to any other team? Has he put fuck Dallas? Has he put a fuck Dallas shirt on for it? Fuck Seattle, fuck Philly. Nobody else.
Really cursing? Oh shoot, he cursed twice tonight.
He did that with the Cowboys. Oops, I'm sorry. I hope they beep this out when they put us on the radio, Nick.
They will.
But don't forget though, the 49ers and the Cowboys in the 90s, the 70s, they were rivals. So that's where you got the shirt from the 90s. So it is what it is. We were rivals to everybody though. The Cowboys are rivals, so I'm so used to it. So it doesn't bother me anymore. I just let them talk. But it's just the Cowboys. Just being a Cowboy fan. Imagine being a player. Imagine just going to the supermarket and you lose. They get heckled. I can get heckled all they want. It ain't not going to happen. But them? Oh, my God. It's crazy. You got to be a certain breed to be a Cowboy fan and as well as a player.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much coming with being a fan and a player of the Cowboys. Just like the Lakers and the Yankees is the same thing with the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. The same thing. And if you say too much, or you making excuses, or if you say too little, or you a hater, it's like, come on, there's no in between with us.
Or you don't say nothing, you scared. Or you don't say nothing, you embarrassed. Or you don't say nothing, you hiding. And I'm like, where y'all getting these stupid ass posts from? Like, what? Why are you typing this dumb shit? Like, where do you? Where? Like, where is a Cowboys fan hiding it? Like, Saints fans, like, Why y'all even making a post about the Cowboys when y'all bad? Y'all in the worst division in the league right now. Worst division. Y'all are all 7-6. And you ain't even leading your division. With that, Tampa Bay still leading the division. And you got the nerve to make a post about the Cowboys? I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then y'all want to wonder why I don't go home to spend the holidays with y'all. No.
Yeah, it's amazing the hate we get. But however, I know when I get up and I watch football because I love football.
Right.
Mhm.
But when I'm watching football, I tend to channel surf when everybody else is playing. I don't sit down. It's very rarely that I sit down and watch a whole game of another team.
Of another team, right.
Very rarely. Very rarely.
It depends on who's playing, though, for me. It depends on who's playing.
Mm-mm. I'll watch it. But I'm not, it doesn't matter to me. I don't be all upset if I missed a play or if I didn't see a certain play. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care like that. I clean up. I do my best house cleaning when we not playing. No. You imagine you get so much work done. You get so much done when the Cowboys is not playing. Like you could just get when we not playing, you could just get so much done. But I don't do that. Like I don't care about your team like that. But I don't know. ESPN, Fox, whatever it is, would speak. They really need to think about changing their audience next year. LaShawn McCoy, he's horrible. He's horrible for the show. He's horrible. But I like James because he get with him. He straight up tell him. He was like, dude, we're sitting up here talking about the Eagles losing last night and you're steady going and deflecting back to the Cowboys. He was like, we're not worried about what the Cowboys did. We know they lost. We're talking about what happened last night with the Eagles. And, you know, McCoy started getting aggravated. And Joy, much as I hate to hear her ass, she finally had some sense. She finally had talked with some sense. And she was like, you know, Shady, you need to let it go. Like, you need to focus on the Eagles and why they lost last night. Cowboys don't have anything to do with the Eagles losing last night.
Zero.
They don't like Dave Hellman when Dave Hellman come on there because he read them. He read them from A to Z. But it's annoying. It's annoying, but you gotta have tough skin to be a Cowboys fan. Simple as that.
Yes, indeed.
You gotta have tough skin. If you don't have tough skin, you ain't gonna make it.
I tell people all the time, I say, you know, when I see them and they see my Cowboy stuff on the 9 times out of 10, the first statement that comes out of my mouth is, come up with something new. I done heard all that.
Right.
I done heard that we ain't won the Super Bowl since 95. I done heard that we choke in the playoffs. I done heard it so much.
It's been 20-something years. I didn't hear it at all.
We still, Dak is got one of the lowest. He's got the best touchdown ratio, passing touchdown to interception ratio in the NFL this year, and we're still hearing about Dak's picks from last year.
Mm-hmm.
That is just mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm.
Dak about to get a turnover. Okay, he's through what seven picks this year.
Right.
You know, come on now.
7.
I just tell them all, especially the Eagle fans, y'all have one championship. I don't care when was the last time we won. So what's taking y'all so long to catch up? Right. That's right. We have 5 chips. Y'all won. Catch up.
I'll give them them old 1958 championships.
That was championships, though. It wasn't Super Bowls. It wasn't in the Super Bowl era. That's what they failed to understand and realize. They want to bring up. Technically, we got 4. No, you don't. You got championships. Championships, Super Bowls, two different things. Y'all been in the league since 1933. We came in the league in 1960. We got 5 rings, and y'all got 1 since 1933.
No.
I'm not about to argue with you, sir.
They do it all the time. So it is what it is. All I know is they play the Giants twice and the Cardinals.
And they could lose one of them games. They can very well lose one of them games. The Giants are not playing as bad as they were playing. And the way the Eagles is playing right now in the division that they have right now, that can take a toll on them, on the team. And the Giants can catch them slipping. Division games are always played different. And that's what I told them. Y'all so busy worrying about the Cowboys losing to the Bills that y'all let a backup quarterback beat y'all. But y'all so worried about what the Cowboys doing. But they should have known they wasn't going to win that game. Pete Carroll owned the Eagles. They have lost 8 straight games to the Seattle. So where Wayne get? Where he at? Any other time he be done popped up on here in these little comments and chats talking and got stuff to say. We ain't heard from him in 2 weeks.
Nah, I've been here, bro. But I told him to come on the show tonight. I don't know where he's at.
He ain't coming. He ain't coming unless he can talk trash. And he ain't in no position to talk trash. Y'all done lost 3 in a row, buddy.
3 in a row, and the quarterback is leading the league in turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Their coach.
Your wide receiver clowning on the sideline. Your wide receiver going at it with the quarterback on the sideline. The wide receiver arguing with the coach. And they should have known defense was going to be trash when they gave it to Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia is trash.
So what do you think about Jalen's comment of that the team was not dedicated enough to win?
He tried to take the heat off of him, threw his team under the bus. Take the heat off of him.
I think maybe he's trying to motivate his team to play better.
Yeah, but is that something to say though?
That ain't what you say though. That ain't what you say.
Even though everybody motivates their team differently, maybe that's just a way for him to try to motivate the team because they lost 3 in a row.
Well, it can't be because they all mad. They mad that he said that.
Well, it worked. So you mad? Go do something about it on the field. Then you mad at me? Go do something about it on the field. And that's where he probably wants them to be mad so they can take it out on the Giants on the field. He's just trying to do something to motivate his team because they playing like crap right now. Because he's the leader of the team. As Jalen goes, the Eagles go, correct? So he's the leader of the team. So he was doing that in Alabama anyway. He's a good leader. I don't hate Jalen because he plays for the Eagles. I'm disappointed that he plays for the Eagles. Him and the Slim Reaper, because they went to the University of Alabama. But he's basically just trying to motivate them. Everybody motivates each other differently. So that's his way of motivating them. That's what I believe.
Well, quiet as it's kept, I don't think that they're going to beat the Giants twice.
From your mouth to God's ears. From your mouth to God's ears, do you hear me?
I don't think they ever need. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know because the way they gonna have to make. I don't know. Giants is not playing as bad as they were playing.
They're playing better.
They're playing better. They're not playing as bad as they were playing. And division games are always played differently. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But what I do know is Jalen. He gonna have to get better in some areas himself.
He misses coordinator. I think Jalen misses his coordinator. Shane Steichen a lot. And, AJ Brown is turning into a diva. He wants the ball all the time, and I think he's trying to force
turn it into one. He been one.
Last year, he wasn't acting like this, though.
Because they were winning. They were winning. And they were winning, and he was winning cures a lot, you know.
Sometimes.
And winning, as long as 40, I'm 49, Lord. As long as Eagles was winning the way they were winning, when we were all sitting up here saying Eagles is not that good. They're not playing teams that's making them play for a win. The other teams has done something stupid to give the game to them. They found a way to win. The Rails had a bad call, and it tilted in their favor. We sat here and we said that over and over again that the Eagles wasn't a good team, and now it's showing. They lucked and ran out on it. Now they got to really play, and it's showing. It's showing their division. It's showing they're not as good as they were. What they record hold. Eagles should easily have at least 6 losses. Washington should have swept them. Bills should have beat them. Miami should have beat them. We should have beat them the first time. So there you have it. They're not as good as they record. They just got lucky. But guess what? They luck happened in the beginning of the year, and now they luck is changing for them. It's showing up now because other teams are now playing different. You're going into playoffs, so teams are playing different now, and it's showing. The coach don't even look as smart as he once looks. He was lost.
I don't even know if it's smart on his part. It's more arrogance. He's more arrogant than smart, though.
He's very arrogant. He's very arrogant. And then you have your you have your offense coordinator Brian Johnson, but then you got somebody else calling the plays, and you got him sitting in the booth, and you telling him, look at how he calling plays. You need to look at how he calling plays. That's a slap in the face. And you did the same thing with your defense coordinator. It's a slap in the face. Bradbury been getting burnt, so I don't know why they thought he was gonna be better. He been getting burnt.
Burnt berry, as I call him? Burnt berry?
Why they all want to talk about Bland?
Oh, Lord. Man,
But
what it is with the Eagles.
anyway, we ain't gonna talk about the Eagles. This ain't no Eagles show, so I don't care what they do. They could lose. They could lose all the rest of their games. I could care less. But we need to do what we need to do for the Cowboys. We need to stay focused on us. Our team need to get their stuff together, and they need to put their heads in the game. Because if they go on the road in the playoffs and play like they played Sunday, we're gonna be one and done. Simple as that. There's no other way around it. We're gonna be one and done. If the coaches can't figure out how to get the best out of their players, and they can't figure out schemes against these teams that do have running quarterbacks, we're going to be one and done. Simple as that. So it's up to them. Like I said, they have to want it more than we want it, because they're the ones suiting up on the field. They're the ones getting paid the millions of dollars. They have to want it more than the fans want it. They have to want it more than us.
Well, it looks like that we're going to have a strong presence at this Miami game. It's a lot of Cowboy fans that are going to this game.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, this will help us out. I think that Miami's going to, the fans are going to show up, but I think that we're going to show up too.
Half of the stadium's probably going to be Cowboy fans. I have a feeling half the stadium's going to be Cowboy fans. So, and they're going to put us basically on the sunny side of the field, and we're going to probably have to wear our blue uniforms, because that's when Miami usually wears white, and the opposing team usually wears the dark colors.
I'd rather wear dark color. I love the dark colors.
I do too. Hey, did y'all talk about Damone Clark before I got on?
No, I hadn't talked about him yet.
Is he a solution at linebacker?
No, not right now. And I love DeMar Clark. But he looked it. He was terrible Sunday. He was terrible.
Because I don't know what it is. He just doesn't seem like he's in the right position.
He's always out of gap, always out of position.
So I don't know. So we missed LVE. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but we missed LVE.
Yeah.
We do miss him. Unfortunately.
Well, even with LVE, you know, if you still running a 4.25,
yeah,
it's still not. How can I say this? You still don't have a lot of beef at linebacker.
No, you don't.
You know.
No, you don't. What, we gonna go out of a 3-4 now? I think it's too late to go out of a 3-4 now. If they wanted to change defense and do something different, I mean that 4-2-5 man is nothing but nickel. So running a nickel versus a power running team is a bad mix. It's a bad mix. I don't know what Quinn's gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna shift around the linebackers. I don't know. I have no clue right now. I don't know. Parsons our best defensive player. You want to try to free him up as best as possible. Try to put him at an advantage, not a disadvantage. So I don't know what you do with him. I don't think you put him at linebacker though. Even though his dad said he could probably be a great linebacker, at this junction of the season, I don't think you change him now. You move him around, yes, but I don't think you put him in linebacker.
So we're in white in Miami.
What?
Yeah.
Because Miami usually is in white and the visiting teams in the dark colors.
Well, we're in white in Miami, and then the last two games, we're in blue against Detroit and Washington.
Well, ain't that something? So what colors Miami gonna wear? Teal?
I'll let you know in just a second.
Wow, that's a switch. That's really a switch. That's probably better for us anyway. All I know is Kurtz can't be playing deep safety. Kurtz cannot play deep safety against Miami Dolphins. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Did anybody hear any reasons why that Kurtz was playing deep safety? Did Quinn say any reasons why he was playing deep safety? Because he should not have been playing deep safety at all. There's no way.
So Miami's is in their teal jerseys.
Okay. That's a switch. I think it's going to be a good game. I think we're going to win. I think we're going to come out victorious on Sunday anyway. I think this is going to be a bounce back game. Sometimes you have letdowns. Styles make fights. This is just a bad matchup for us. Miami's more of a finesse team anyway, not a power running team. They just have great speed on offense. If we put pressure on Tua, because Tua's not a mobile quarterback at all. That's not Tua's claim to fame. Tua's claim to fame is his accuracy. It's not his mobility.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Miami is kind of like us. They win at home but not on the road.
Exactly. Two finesse teams going at it on Sunday. I can't wait, though. I can't wait. I'm over that loss right now because I give myself 48 hours after we lose and win to just say, hey, let's work on next week. So we just got to come out. We just got to come out and play our game. Make some type of adjustments. I don't know what type of adjustments Quinn has to make, but he has to try to make some. He has to. I don't know if Rashad Evans needs to play more. I don't know. It depends. Can he trust them? Calling the defensive signals? I don't know. You got to try something different.
So Kelly says Sunday was a clear indictment that we should have went for a middle linebacker before the trade deadline. Well, right now we need a D tackle.
There's a couple out there too. There's a couple. I don't want Sue. I'd rather have Akeem Hicks.
Yeah, we need a defensive
6'5",
tackle right now.
40. It's not going to be Sue because Sue is only by name right now. He's not a run stuffer anyway. Akeem Hicks is a run stuffer. The only thing with Akeem Hicks is basically you just have to stay healthy. That's it. We do need a tackle until Hankins comes back because, man, yeah, I know Davis is a big boy, but he didn't make any tackles on Sunday. I don't think Mozzie's ready. I don't think he's ready for prime time. Mozzie's just not ready for prime time. I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But I still think we should defer to the second half, though, I think. I'm a believer in deferring to the second half. Just let's see what's going on with the defense. Get the defense on the field first. Let them make a statement. Mozzie. See, everybody says that. I think Mozzie has some upside, right? Just Taco shouldn't have been drafted in the first round. TJ Watt was right there for the taking, and they passed on him. I just think Mozzie's not ready for prime time. Not yet, anyway. I don't think he's ready.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he's ready either.
Some rookies just not ready, and he's not ready. We can't compare him to Jalen Carter because Jalen Carter is a different animal altogether. Totally different. Totally different.
Yeah, Jalen Carter is just he's a different beast. He's a different beast. So, and they were drafted in two different spots. So you can't even compare it, you know. We'll see. We'll see over time, but right now I'm not feeling Mozzie.
They should have went after a real run stuffer later in the draft, but hey, we're not personnel people, but that's what I would have done anyway. But hey, it is what it is. Even though Parsons wanted Mozzie, but I don't think Mozzie's ready right now for prime time. But we got to give him time, even though we don't have time right now. So that's why going out and signing a defensive tackle that can stop the run would be beneficial. Because you know Detroit has two good running backs. Two good running backs. And that's going to be a good game. Somebody else said the same thing, Kelly. Listen, not all Michigan players are bad, actually. They have some good defensive players. It's just the fact that I guess the Cowboys don't have luck. Maybe it's a Cowboy thing. Who knows? But Michigan, they have some good defensive players in the NFL. We just don't have them, unfortunately. Oh, man. Oh, man. I wonder is Martellus Bryant gonna play this year? Or they just stashing him for next year?
Is who gonna play?
Martellus Bryant, the wide receiver.
Wow.
I mean, why you sign him? Why you sign him just to keep him on the practice squad? You're gonna have to play him sooner or later. Let's see what he has. Oh, Martavius Bryant, I mean. Why not play him? He's 6'4", 220. Put him out there. Let's see what we have. How many balls did Gallup catch this week?
I really don't think none. One.
See, Tolbert plays special teams, so he has to be active. So I want to see Brian out there. I want to see a glimpse of him at least. Because we got to play him. He has to play. He has to play. We have to do something else. And I have a feeling that not having a power running game too is starting to impact certain elements of the game we play certain teams. Because 40 ounce should have ran the ball more too against Buffalo. I don't know why 40 ounce is not running the ball. That's another thing too. McCarthy, you have a fullback that can run the ball. Why not utilize them more? Especially 3rd and 1, you're going to pass the ball and get sacked? I can't understand it. 3rd and 1. It was 3rd and 1, and you're not running. You ran it the first time, you got a first down. The second time, you're not. So unfortunately, we miss Zeke or a power running back in those situations. I think you're on mute, Fox.
The passing game, CD 7 for 53, Jake 6 for 44, Cooks 2 for 10, Gallup 1 for 9, Dowdy 2 for 8, Pollard 2 for 5, and Hendershot 1 for 5. 0, no explosive plays.
Right. Even though the Reds did miss that call on Hendershot.
They always missing some calls. Man, always missing some calls. And I fumbled too. I don't care. If I was a player out there, sometimes you got to be like, the hell with it. I'm going to call a timeout. If I get yelled at, so be it. But I'm right. Call a timeout so they can actually throw the flag to review that play. Because that was a big play in the game, too. That was a fumble. That was in Buffalo territory.
That was a game changing play.
I'm like, yo, it's a fumble. It's a fumble. I was like, yo, time out. I'm like, come on. If you get yelled at by your coach, you get yelled at. But there was a fumble. Once they challenged it, it was a fumble. We was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. That was another turning point in the game. That was a fumble. So like I said, man, it is what it is. Game's over now. It's time to concentrate on the Miami Dolphins. And hopefully we just bring the intensity and we bring the wood, because we don't need to bring the wood.
Right. There's nothing we can do about it now. It's in the books. It's a wrap. So all we can do now is focus on Miami. Take one game at a time. And that's the reason why I'd say I'm that one that I only focus on the game that's in front of us. You have a lot of us that want to jump all the way down the schedule. Oh, I'm going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Let's focus on who we're playing right now.
Yeah.
Focus on who in front of you at this very moment. All right. And this week, it's Miami. So that's the only thing we should be focused on is Miami. Not who we playing in the playoffs. None of that. Focus on Miami. And I seen that Mike McCarthy said that Bones didn't tell him that he was calling that play on special teams with Sam Williams.
Yeah, I heard that.
That was a block, though. Sam Williams just should have ran straight and like lean. He didn't have to jump.
It was unnecessary. It was an unnecessary penalty. And he want to wonder why he's still on special teams. Every time he get in the game, he have a penalty. Every time. And it's always a game changing penalty. He get a sack, it be a flag right with it. He get a stop, it be a flag right with it. I think he's so aggressive. He's very aggressive.
He's got to be smarter, though. See, that's the thing.
He got to be smarter. He got to be smarter.
Just be smarter. That's all we ask.
Right. So to change gears a little bit, away from not even about our team, but is Jamal Adams done in Seattle? Mm-hmm. He was a healthy scratch. He was a healthy scratch Monday night. And when they asked Pete Carroll about him today, Pete Carroll said, I guess he was at home watching it. I don't know.
I don't know. The mighty have fallen. I don't know. I didn't even, you know what? I've been so busy and paying attention to what the Cowboys doing. I haven't even heard anything about Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams used to be one of the top safeties in the league at one time.
And everybody in Dallas wanted him. Oh, we need to go get him. 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 Oh God.
I wanted him too. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wanted Jamal Adams. I thought he playing at LSU. I watched him play a lot. I'm like, oh my God, we need a safety like that. And he was making some good plays with the Jets. So I don't know if it's the money or the injuries. I don't know what happened to him. Because we tore him up. When Seattle played, Jake tore him up. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what's going on with Jamal Adams right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know neither. But I just found it kind of, strange. And then I know I know they had a linebacker from, was it Jacksonville or was it Panthers? No, he played for Panthers. But Texans picked him up already.
Sue was in Miami today.
Yeah, I saw that. But I'm surprised that he didn't go back to the Eagles.
But do the Eagles really need him now? The Eagles have enough tackles. They don't really need another tackle, I believe. Because Jalen Carter plays a lot, so I don't think they even need Sue, to be honest with you. I don't know.
I thought I heard Sue was trying to go to Miami.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, he went there today.
Man, Miami has a long list of injuries, just like we do.
Right, I saw that earlier.
See that? Miami has more injuries than we do right now.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Oh, this is gonna be. Oh man, like I said, Sunday is gonna be interesting. I was hoping they flex that game. I was hoping they flex that game to the nighttime because Detroit plays Minnesota. Which game is more important, the Cowboys versus basically Miami or Green Bay playing Minnesota? Or is it Green Bay and Minnesota, Detroit, Minnesota, one of the two? I'm surprised they don't flex it.
I don't think they're going to flex that game because they know people are going to be at home
Christmas Eve.
Sunday or Christmas Eve, and that'll make them more money.
Yeah, but think about it. Who wants to see Minnesota play compared to the Cowboys versus the Dolphins on Sunday night football? That would be, Well, I know Fox probably won't give it up, but Fox can switch.
Yeah, Fox is not going to get that game up.
Yeah, Fox not going to get that game up.
I guess the Cowboys. I guess it's the Cowboys again, right? Nah, I wouldn't put Sam Williams at linebacker, though. Sam Williams is definitely a defensive end, not a linebacker, though. The only time you put Sam Williams at linebacker, if you're running a 3-4, but not a 4-2-5. Did Bossman play on Monday night? Was he active? Was Bossman active on Monday night?
For which team?
Because he's on Seattle's practice squad. But they were thinking about calling him up for that game.
I didn't pay attention. I like I said, I went to sleep by 8:15 and set my alarm for 10:50 and got up and handled my business and got back and laid back down and look up. I said, I guess this is a close game. I said, you know what? Seattle's about to beat these guys. And sure enough.
Last second. Brent Berry strikes again, boy. Oh man. Yeah, you know what, man? We can't let Miami run for over 150 yards against us. We can't do it. Or else we might lose the game because of time of possession.
No, we can't let them. But that's not Miami style, though. And I think their O line is they
banged
lost.
Up.
Yeah, their O line is banged up. So it's more about timing. We're not going to be able to. They're going to do a lot of crossing routes and a lot of deep passes. We just got to play disciplined defense, especially our safeties. Our safeties cannot, play that bullshit coverage that they pull. They pull sometime over the middle of the field.
That's why Hooker and Wanya should be out there on passing downs, if you ask me. I like that combination with Hooker and Wanya Thomas. Curse playing deep safety, that's disastrous. Because of the speed of the Miami Dolphins, man, that track team, they have track speed. I don't know how much Cedric Wilson's going to play, but I know Cedric Wilson's probably going to try to come out and make a statement as well. You want to show the Cowboys what they're missing. don't know.
We
Well,
gonna see.
Miami's a fast track anyway. Even though it's played on grass, that's a fast track.
Look at that.
It's gonna be interesting. Hey, Boogie, have you seen our run defense? McDaniels and Tua is probably planning a field day with our secondary.
Yes, I've seen our run defense, and I understand.
But if we rattle Tua, see, this is the thing about Tua that I remember from him playing in Bama. He can be rattled. Tua can be rattled, Kelly. That's the thing.
We have to get to him. So that's why basically putting pressure on Tua, and they're looking at this actually injury report, their offensive line is banged up.
And
We rattle him.
because the Raiders rattled Tua and they almost beat the Dolphins. So we can apply the same pressure.
That the Raiders put on Tua, we can beat Miami.
We just can't be letting Miami just score at will on us with their track squad.
That's the only thing.
They're going to have a lot of play action, pass, and motion. That's how Miami actually likes to control the clock and score. A lot of motion and play action, pass. They have some good speed. They got a track team out there. Yeah, track team. You said earlier, Tua has an accurate arm. The only downfall is when he gets downfield. That's where he gets
Razzled.
frazzled. Listen, the thing with Tua, that from watching him play
All these years.
if you put pressure up the middle on Tua, he can't really.
Run out the pocket. So if you put pressure in his face, he doesn't like it. That's the thing with Tua. You got to put pressure from up the middle on him.
You put pressure up the middle on Tua, you can.
Razzle, frazzle him. You can do whatever you want with him. I'm telling you. And you can force him into throwing interceptions.
Because there's been a couple games that I watched.
Watch Miami play. You can force Tua in interceptions.
We just have to put enough pressure on Tua. That's how you can beat Miami. Even though, they just like us, they don't lose at home, but they can be beat. If the Raiders can do it, I know we can do it.
Yep. So you got any K-Boogie, you want to start the predictions for the games this week?
I don't even have anything in front of me. Hold on. Let me see if I can get something. Let me look at my iPad, my other iPad.
Kelly Tua has 10 interceptions this year.
You can force them into interceptions.
By rushing them up the middle. See, I don't gamble like that. What's the point spread for this week's games? Let me see.
Because I ain't bought a newspaper today either. Let me see. So, point spread this week.
I'll pull them up real quick.
It's week 16.
All right, so we got Saints Rams on Thursday night.
Taking the Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams too. They're playing in Los Angeles. The Raiders aren't. I mean, the Saints. They're an up and down team. They can't play anybody who. They can't beat anybody who's halfway decent.
And plus, the Rams play really good at home, and they have a really good running game, and they're balanced. They're balancing. They're one of the hottest teams in the NFL, actually. But that's why I'm picking the Rams.
All right. Nick, who you got?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I'm taking Rams.
Okay. We got Bengals Steelers. They're playing in Pittsburgh.
Bengals.
Jamar Chase not playing though.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh, I can't trust Trubisky.
Yeah.
I can't trust, and Bengals backup quarterback is playing really well. Browning is playing really well.
Yes, he is. But that Chase, boy, you can. I'm gonna go with the Bengals, but Pittsburgh is desperate too. That's another thing, and they're playing at home. I'm gonna go with the Bengals on this one.
All right, got Chargers Bills.
That's easy. That's the Bills.
Pittsburgh gonna be out without Fitzpatrick. I mean, what's that damn boy name? What's his name?
Minka?
Yeah.
Minka Fitzpatrick's not playing. Oh, that's
Yeah, they're gonna be without him on defense. But anyway, Buffalo. I got Buffalo.
I got Buffalo too. How about the game? How about the game of the week? Commanders versus Jets.
I got Commanders.
Where they playing? They playing? Nah, I'm taking.
They're playing in Jets.
They playing in New York.
Yeah, they playing in New York. I'm taking the Jets.
But they on majority of the boards, they have Jets as winning as winning. They got Commanders as underdogs. But I can't trust Zach Wilson. Don't even know who gonna be quarterback for the Jets. I don't know. Sam Howell is not. He's not that bad. He's not that bad again. He's not that bad. I'm gonna go with Commanders.
I'm gonna go with the Jets this game. They said that Wilson's he's gonna play this weekend.
Yeah, he's not in concussion protocol any longer.
So.
Yeah, I can't trust him.
Okay. We got Lions Vikings.
Lions. I got Lions.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Lions. See, that's the game that should flip, man. That's the game. I'm telling you. With us, that's the game.
And they're playing in Minnesota.
I got Lions.
Damn, that's gonna be a good game. You know what? I'm gonna wind up taking the Vikings.
If Dodds play like he played when he threw them 4 picks.
I'm going with the Lions only because Minnesota can't figure out what they want to do at quarterback. You got Browns Texans. Stroud is still in.
I'm going with Browns. I'm going with Browns solely because of their defense. Myles Garrett is a beast.
Yeah, that's gonna be a close game too.
Yeah, I'm going Browns too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Browns. Hair.
Got Packers Panthers.
Packers.
They're playing in Carolina.
North Carolina. But see, that's the thing. They don't play bad at home. They beat Atlanta at home and they beat the Texans.
I'm still going with Packers. They done got rid of one of their linebackers.
Oh yeah, you talking about Houston? Yeah, Houston was on IR, so he never played. So I don't know. I'm gonna pick the Panthers that game for upset. I'm gonna pick the Panthers because they just beat Atlanta, and Atlanta did beat Green Bay.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay. I expect to see Jordan Love play a good game.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Packers. Better quarterback. Seahawks Titans. They're playing in Nashville.
Is Gino
I'm going with
playing?
Seattle. Yeah, Gino's playing.
Gino's playing.
I'm going with Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle too. Colts. Who you got, Kenyatta?
You said the Colts and who?
Colts Falcons.
I'm going with the Colts. I don't trust the Falcons. I know they're playing at home.
But every time I pick the Falcons, they lose. Every time.
And Taylor Heineke is starting for the Falcons Sunday. I'm gonna go with Colts.
I'm gonna go Colts too. Jaguars Buccaneers.
Well, that's a good game too.
I'm going with Jags.
I don't know. That's gonna be a close game. Buccaneers play really good at home. And Jacksonville just lost to the Ravens.
I'm going with Jags.
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers on that one.
I think Doug Peterson had them ready to play Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jags. We got Cardinals Bears.
I'm taking the Bears.
God.
I'm taking the Bears.
Yeah, I'm going with Bears.
Bears are actually playing pretty good. And they playing at home.
I'm gonna go with Bears.
Justin Fields is playing pretty well.
I'll go with the Bears. Got Patriots Broncos playing in Denver. This is the Sunday night game.
I'm gonna go with Broncos.
Broncos.
I'm gonna go with Broncos.
I'm going with Broncos too. You got
speaking of Broncos, we're gonna come back to it before we leave, but we got to discuss the Sean Payton and the Russell Wilson situation.
Yeah. Raiders Chiefs.
Chiefs. Raiders, they put 63.
They use all their points up. They ain't gonna have no points for the week.
They're playing at home.
Yeah. I got the Chiefs. They're playing at home. So I got the Chiefs. All right, we got the Eagles Giants playing in Philadelphia.
That's the Eagles. That's easy. That's the Eagles. Unfortunately.
But the Giants always play the Eagles hard in Philadelphia.
Not this time. I have no faith in the Giants at all beating the Eagles. I have no faith in them. I watched games and I have no faith. None. Zero. The Giants are playing for pride more than anything else right now.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be an upset. The true game of the week. Well, I'm not going to say the true game of the week. The second game of the week, Ravens 49ers.
I'm picking the 49ers.
I got 49ers.
49ers. And then we got Dolphins.
I want Ravens to win, but I got 49ers.
I want the Ravens to win too, but the 49ers with that trio, they haven't lost. They haven't lost when the whole trio, when they play, those five, they haven't lost the game. I'm definitely going with the 49ers.
All right,
the
so guess what the spread is for the Cowboys Dolphins game?
2.5.
What?
Take a wild guess.
2.5.
1.5.
So pick 'em.
It's a pick 'em game.
Pick 'em game.
Because Dolphins are more finesse than power. That's what I'm trying to say. They just have speed. And Jalen Ramsey can be beat deep.
Who can't be beat deep?
No, I said Jalen Ramsey can be beat deep, especially with quicker wide receivers.
Yeah, of course.
He's good against taller, lankier wide receivers rather than shorter, quicker wide receivers.
This is going to be a good game.
Woo.
That's going to be a really good game.
All right, Nikki. So let's talk about the Sean Payton. Sean Payton, I don't want to say debacle.
He likes Russell.
Yeah, I don't think I think he came in not liking Russell because of the way when he came in with it. You know how he changed up all these rules and he can no longer have an office to himself. You know, the parking spots and all of that. And I think he came in with some type of vendetta with Russell Wilson. And then of course, you know, with all the stuff Sierra was doing on the sidelines and all this stuff. So I think he came in with some type of vendetta with Russell Wilson. But, you know, as a head coach, you have to handle those things better with your starting quarterback. You just can't handle stuff like that. You know, I think it was out of line. It was not appropriate, and the way he handled it and when he handled it was wrong. Period. That's just my opinion on it.
Well, you know, he can't. Yeah, he came from the Bill Parcells tree, so
Right.
that's what he's been doing all his
Right.
his coaching life.
Right.
Yeah, but he never did that to Drew Brees. And I never
No.
seen him do it to Tony Romo either when he was in Dallas. I didn't, so I'm surprised. I was like, wait a minute. What happened to Sean Payton? He became Hollywood all of a sudden because he was on TV? I was like, yo, he must really deep down does not like Russell Wilson.
Maybe he doesn't want Russell there as his quarterback. Well, maybe he's just frustrated that they lost the game on national television to Detroit. I don't know. But you're not supposed to carry yourself like that. If you're gonna do it,
you don't carry yourself like that. No, you just don't. You don't do that. And not to your starting quarterback. And whether you like it or not, when you took the job, you knew how long Russell was gonna be there. You knew the type of money they were paying Russell. So it's not no way that you can just get rid of Russell Wilson like that, regardless. And you knew that. But it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for Russell. And it just wasn't a good look for a head coach with his starting quarterback.
No, it definitely wasn't.
I've never seen him act like that. Like I said, I've never seen Sean Payton act like that with any quarterback.
Even on the sideline. I was surprised.
Well, I've seen him holler at his players before, not at his quarterback, but I've seen him holler at his players before, especially his defensive players when they make a dumb penalty. So I've seen it. I just all I got to say is I don't, you know, especially those guys are, you know, these are men. These are grown men making millions and millions of dollars. It's one thing to be a hard ass coach, but it's another thing, you know, it's all about respect. Regardless of you my coach or not, you're still gonna respect.
Yeah. So Russell Wilson's still a grown ass man.
Right. You know, I'm gonna do what my boss tells me to do, but I'm not gonna let my boss sit there and hoop and scream and holler in my face and not say nothing. I mean, I gotta admire Russell for
handling it like he handled it. Yeah. Yeah. That's what Michael Irvin said on Undisputed. He said you have to commend Russell Wilson for how he handled it. He said, because I know some cats that would have went ballistic on Sean Payton on the sideline. Doing that to him. He said, I know some cats that would have got with him. And they'll be suspended right now because they would have got with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that was unprofessional to do it like that on national television.
Right.
Russell also has a following, and he also has basically, you know,
an image. He has a clean-cut image, so that's one of the reasons why probably he didn't get upset. I've never seen Russell get upset like that.
Never.
The whole Super Bowl fiasco that happened with him throwing an interception and what have you. You never seen Russell get unbothered by anything.
Even with all the stuff Future have done.
Exactly, especially with Future. You know, so for Sean Payton to do that, I commend him on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm like, sometimes you just gotta like do some things that people don't expect you to do. If you're gonna call somebody out like that, sometimes you gotta call that person right back.
Yeah.
Because that's a lack of respect. If somebody's gonna do
That's
that for you,
exactly
it's a
what it
lack of
is.
respect.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what it is. No respect.
Yeah, he moved past it all right, but sometimes you gotta put somebody in their place and say, listen, don't you ever talk to me like that again. I don't give a crap who you are. You can't do that. You can't do it. You can't.
And that's still a grown man. And you just don't do that, you know. And I guarantee you, if somebody would have did that to Sean Payton, his reaction would have been totally different. He wouldn't have handled it the way Russell Wilson handled it. And even though you are the head coach, and I'm gonna respect you as that, but you have to respect me as a man. And Sean Payton was out of line and he was wrong. I seen Kelly said that Sean Payton said that they have moved past it. Just because Sean Payton felt like they moved past it, that doesn't mean that Russell Wilson have moved past it. He may have moved past it because that's what he gotta do. But I guarantee you that's not
He moved past the mind behind. I read that too online. He moved past it. I'm like, come on. See, Russell's just
yeah, that's what they're gonna say. I mean, that's what he's gonna say. They moved past it. That's the easiest way to move on from it. But I don't know. If I was Russell Wilson, I probably wouldn't have nothing to say to Sean Payton other than nothing but work only. Other than that, we wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
I know you don't want to have the persona of being an angry black man,
but this is one time that sometimes you just gotta put somebody in their place and just say, listen, don't talk to me like that. I respect you.
Respect me as a man, but
you talking to me like that, we're gonna have a different type of conversation.
I was about to say, cluck that. You
gonna
get
have
in my face,
conversation.
Yeah, you would have had a hammer up your ass or something. Because you ain't about to holler at me like that. I'm sorry.
He's gonna have a different type of conversation with one about Roy DeVine because he has friends and family watching the games too, and it's kind of embarrassing that you're doing that. The hell with the sponsors.
My thing of it is I am a professional football player on national TV, and I got to go home to my family after they see that.
My kids.
Yeah.
My kids seen this. My children seen this. And then you have to think about it. Everybody haven't seen Russell Wilson or haven't seen that other side of Russell Wilson. But there is a saying that you could push a person just because they nice and because they let stuff go. You could push them. But then when they want to explode on you, that Russell Wilson is the type of person that's a side of him you would not ever want to see. Because when he explodes on you, it's a wrap. It's over. But see, that's why you gotta check stuff at the door. You can't let people do that. You gotta check them at the door. Because if you let them get away with it and you let them get away with it, they're gonna keep doing it. You came in here with an attitude. You came in here as the head coach with an attitude. You came in here talking crazy as a head coach. I let all that ride, let all that slide because I wanted to play for you because I wanted a better coach. Now you're gonna disrespect me on national TV in front of everybody? In front of thousands of people? Nah, bro.
But this is the second time that happened to him, though. Y'all know that, right? It happened
right
last year with the defensive lineman did the same thing.
Right.
And now you got the coach doing it. So it's time for Russell to be like, you know what? The next time
I'm not gonna tolerate
I
it.
gotta make an example of somebody because that's 2 years in a row.
Baby, they would have had to end that game. They would have had to go on and end that game if that was me. They might well just gone and end that game. Cause baby, we would have tore that sideline down.
That's crazy. 2 years in a row. Defensive lineman, not a coach doing that.
So something must be going on in our locker room versus Russell for that to happen.
Well, you know they said that a lot of players. Well, you know they said that a lot of players don't like Russell Wilson. They say it's a lot of players in the locker room that don't like him.
Why is that? Because of Sierra? Because who he is?
They don't like his play. Why don't they like him?
They didn't like his playing. They didn't like the way he was playing. A lot of it was because they didn't like the way he was playing. Look how what's his name disrespecting him. when they went in the locker room and he started playing Future song. That was disrespectful.
I see what you're saying, Kevin. I tell you what, a coach yelling at a quarterback is not surprising. So why is it different? Because it's rough.
No, I'm not saying that it's different because it's Russ. It's just the fact of how he handled it. It was just a different. It was a different outburst. It was a different scene. It was a different way how he handled it. Coaches get upset on the sideline, yes, all the time, and they do tell a player something on the sideline. But the way Sean Payton did that, and the way he handled that was different. That was totally different. I mean, I didn't see Mike McCarthy get mad at a player on the sideline for a penalty or get mad at a player for, running around routing. He tell them something or whatever as they coming on the sideline, but nothing to the extent of what Sean Payton did on Sunday.
I've never seen Sean Payton do it to a quarterback. That's why I'm surprised. I've never seen him do it to any quarterback. I've never, especially not to Drew Brees.
I mean,
Tony Romo.
if
Be right
anything,
back,
so okay. So Kevin, you said how is it different? It's still a QB and a coach. I've never seen a coach scream at a quarterback on the sideline. The last one that I've seen scream was Bill Parcells back when he was with the Giants, and him and Phil Simms got into it on the sideline.
Exactly. On Monday Night Football.
Yeah, that's the last time I've seen a head coach. Now I've seen Tom Brady and his OC get into it, but it was Tom Brady hollering at the OC. I've seen quarterbacks come off the field and they're mad at their OC or their lineman. I've seen that. I've seen Peyton Manning come over there and fuss at his lineman. But I've never seen a coach berate a quarterback like that. I've seen them come over and sit down with them on a bench and, say something and maybe throw their iPad down. But I've never seen one walk up to a quarterback and fuss at them like that. I've never seen that.
Mm-mm. The closest thing that I've ever come to seeing somebody come to blows is Reggie Jackson versus Billy Martin. that was crazy too, but I'm just saying I've never seen Sean Payton actually go at a quarterback like that. So that's why I was surprised. I know that coaches and quarterbacks, they have a debate on the sidelines, but he was belittling this man. Like, I'm the adult and you the child, and you're going to sit here and take what I'm dishing out.
What?
Right.
That's what we doing? Okay.
But obviously he backtracked. And Kelly made an interesting point. The Cowboys versus Miami game, that 4:00 slot for those of us who are on the East Coast, 3:00 Central Time. The only place that you cannot watch this game on Fox is in the Chicago area and in the Phoenix area. Other than that, it's a national televised game. It is completely, the whole country will get this game.
Yeah, it's the game of the week too. Just like the Buffalo Cowboy game, it's the game of the week. Anytime the Cowboys play is a game of the week. How about that?
You know that, right? Anytime the Cowboys play is a game of the week.
That's just how it goes. It's going to be a good game. I'm predicting the Cowboys win by a field goal with no time left on the clock. 31-28. That's my prediction for the game. 31-28. Butter's going to kick the game-winning field goal. Because Audrey's name is Butter. That's his nickname. That's what Dak calls him, Butter. So I'm going to call him Butter. He hasn't missed a field goal yet.
He hasn't.
Well, you know what time it is.
Yeah, it's holiday time. It's holiday time. That's what time it is. It's holiday time. Don't be looking at me like that, Eddie Murphy. You're like, what?
Right.
It's that time. Oh, man. Is it that time? I'm sorry I'm late. Oh, man, I was having so much fun.
Yeah, it is. However, we do have a time slot, and we do have a 2-hour time slot. So I want to, keep it within that, keep it professional.
All right, keep it professional.
So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Well, not coming out, but I want to thank everybody for watching us and listening to us tonight. Well, it's 10 p.m. here, Natalie. My old man clock says 10 p.m. I was in bed by 8:15 last night. But I want to thank everybody for listening and joining the show. We appreciate the comments and not only the comments, but we appreciate, even your opinion. Your opinion about the Cowboys or the Eagles or the Giants, Saints, whoever your team is, that's obviously your opinion. I take nothing personal, and I don't want you to take anything personal that we say. You have the right to think how you think, and especially I'm not going to get worked up over a football game. But I do want to say happy holidays to everybody. Make sure that you love on your family, love on your loved one, your kids, your spouses, friends, enemies. Love them, because tomorrow's not promised. Every day that I wake up, that's another day that God has given me the chance to make an impact on somebody's life, even if it's just my own life. So with that being said, happy holidays to everybody, and let's go Cowboys.
All right. Thanks for coming out to the safe spot. Happy holidays, everybody.
So let's give a shout out to our Kelly's said my birthday party is at the unofficial sponsor. Shout out to Magic City.
Okay.
We'll be on next Tuesday, Nikki. Natalie, if everything goes right, we will be on next Tuesday. Our radio, it will be replayed on the radio on Fridays.
It's all good. Tuesday is a good spot. See you guys.
All right, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm back.
All right.
What I missed?
Oh, you're trying to say goodbye.
I'm sorry. All right. Well, as always, I want to thank everybody for joining in. I know we was a day late tonight, but for those who was able to take time out their schedule and join us, we really do appreciate it. Next time we see you all speak, it will be the day after Christmas. So I hope everybody have a Merry Christmas, a safe Christmas, great holiday. Enjoy your time, enjoy your family. Remember, life is too short to be worrying about the small things. Enjoy each other while you can. And from Stars Talking Cowboys, we appreciate you all, and Merry Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
All right. We'll be back next week. Should be on our regular night next week, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There you have it.
Kelly.